Okay, so here's the advanced option. So I'm going to go back into top left. I'm going to create an event. So I'm going to put test event 2, and I'm going to say it's for, let's just say 9:30. And I'm going to say Sandy Johnson. Add her to this. It's on my calendar. I could change this to a different calendar, but I'm going to leave it on my calendar. Right here is what the advanced option is. Right here it says joining info. I'm going to click add video meeting details, and it'll say when we will be added when you save the event. So I'm going to save the event. Do you want to send invites? Sure. So I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to show you. So if I go into this test event 2, 9:30, click on that. Right now you'll see joining info meet.google.com. So we're going to Google Meet. So I click on that. Then it pulls up this Google Meet, and this will say, you'll get this screen, and then do you want to join the meeting? I'll join the meeting, and now I'm there. As other people join the meeting, they'll be popping up over here on the top right, and you'll see people pop up little windows up there, and as they're talking, they pop up. So this is a great way to do a meeting across a district or across multiple sites. You can have multiple people. I think it's up to 25 or 30 right now. You can have at one time get on here, and just whoever's talking, they pop up on the screen. So I'm going to show you a quick recording of a Google Meet that I did with some other people, just so you can kind of see what's going on, what it looks like. But it is a great way to not have to leave a building and do an online meeting. So here, I'll show you what that video looks like. Okay, I'm going to start out with just a still shot of a Google Meet. And if you'll notice, I'm just going to talk about the layout for a second. So let's pretend you just logged into the Google Meet. And right here, I hope Teresa Wilkerson doesn't mind, but I got her picture in here frozen of a previous Google Meet that we were in with several other people. So when you go in, you'll see maybe whoever's talking first, and look at the bottom going left to right. It says, like right here, it says the OKPLC online meeting number 1. If you click that little arrow up, it gives you a link to share out to other people so they could jump in on that meeting. The next button to the right, you see a microphone with a slash through it. I'd click that if I don't want anybody to hear me. So let's say I'm maybe in an office where there's other things going on and I just want to hear what's being said. I could click that and that would mute my microphone. Then there's, of course, the next button is the phone. I'd hang up so when I'm finished with it. Then the other one is the camera button. If I want to disable the camera for a minute, I could click that. Then the far right button where it says present, I click that, and I could broadcast out whatever's on my screen. So if I've got an agenda or a document or something, maybe like in Google Docs or a PowerPoint or whatever it is that I want some other people to see, I could click that button and then allow the other people to see what's on my screen. Then on the far right, you'll notice those are the people that are joined into the group. If it says a red microphone, that means that their microphone is muted. But that shows you the people that are in there where it says people. Then to the right of that it says chat, and we're talking about it in the top right corner. That's where you could do a chat. That's a great place to maybe do introductions so everybody knows who's in the room. So next I'm going to show you a little video and just kind of show you what it looks like. Okay, so here's a video. I've taken the sound out just to ignore kind of what's going on in the conversation, but to show you what's going on. So right now this presenter is going in where they're sharing their screen. So go down to that bottom right hand corner where it said present, and then now everybody would be able to see what's on the screen of the presenter on that computer. And so in this case, this was my screen. I was able to share it out with everybody. They could see the agenda and everything that I was saying or they were saying. You could still hear the conversation, but we could talk about a document that we were all looking at the exact same time. In this, you're going to see actual video of the participants going back and forth and talking. So you'll see them, like once again, I've turned the audio off, but this gives you an example just to kind of see what it looks like when people are interacting back and forth. And so you can see whoever's talking actually is the one that appears up on the screen. You can pin somebody and focus in on somebody. So if you had somebody that you were having present to a group or a PLC or colleagues or a department or whatever, and you want to focus on that person, you can pin that person and actually stay in on that person. and avoid the camera from bouncing around. But typically, if you leave that unpinned, then anybody that's talking, that camera bounces to that person. So if you're sitting listen, the camera won't be on you. If you're making sound, it bounces out to put your image on the screen. Okay, so this last part of this episode is just showing you how do you connect to a Google Meet. So if I was going to connect to one, let's go. I'm going to start with my calendar. And remember, if I go to, I'm just going to pull an example I've got. So if I go to Technology Committee, you see right there, meet.google.com, I could click on that and that would take me right into it. The other way you can do it is just share out that link, copy it into an email and send it out. So now I've got it in here. I click on that link through Google Calendar, click join meeting. Now I am now on the meeting, and so I would start seeing over on the right hand side the people pop up that are joining my meeting, and then the buttons down here we talked about. And so hope these things help, and we'll have more videos coming.